Hi everybody, I'm back with another video, and in today's video I'm going to show you these books one by one because these books I'm going to read this year 2022. So without further ado, you have to subscribe to my channel before you forget. And now I'm going to show you the first book that I'm gonna read this year 2022 without drama. So the first book is this: How to Stop Worrying and Start Living. Now I know how to live, but sometimes I worry and that I can't get rid of. So this book, I guess, is going to solve the problem. Actually, I have read honestly the first chapter and I got a great lesson from this book. It talks about when you worry, you lose the power to concentrate on the problem. You simply worry about unnecessary things and you get sort of involved in that, you get lost in that worry and you lose the power to concentrate on the problem and solve it. So I hope it is going to clear all my worries, because having kept in quarantine during this pandemic time, it's really difficult to have a stable state of mind. So if you are watching this video and you have seen this book, go and get a copy for yourself. It's a very cute book, look at this. It looks like that. And it cost me rupees, I don't know. And if you want to check out how much it cost me, check out this video here. I did a book unboxing. So then you come to know about its price and many other books that you might get interested in. Anyway, so this is the book that I'm going to read. The first book I'm going to read, How to Stop Worrying and Start Living by Dale Carnegie, the legend. So the next book I'm going to show you, it's a very special book for me because this man is a very special person to me. When I came to know about Toni Robbins, who is well known as Toni Robbins, and I just heard some of his videos and his lectures, and then I fell in love with his, the way he convey the motivation. That really gripped me, and that was very compelling, by the way. So this book is my second book that I'm gonna read this year 2022. And Toni Robbins, Awaken the Giant Within. If you want to, if you want to wake up your giant that is there lying within you, then you have to read this book. You have to just check the giant possibility, the giant capability, the giant, what can I say, your positivity and the person that you can become. Then this book is for you. Honestly, I have read the first page from this book. Each book I buy and I read the first chapter. So I have also done, I haven't read the entire chapter, I have read the first page from this book, and I really, it fascinated me. So no words, I think this is going to be a special read for this year 2022. So I'm really excited. Next book, Awaken the Giant Within, and very special. So the third book on my 2022 book reading list, and I'm not putting them on rank. I'm just simply showing you. It is not like 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like, all these books are my favorite. Okay, so I'm not just putting them in any kind of rank. Anyway, so the third book is this: Success Through Positive Mental Attitude. When I first saw this book, I couldn't wait a single second to buy it, because to order it. This book is a very special book for me. I'm not exaggerating. This is really is. This book is written by Napoleon Hill and W. Clement Stone, and Napoleon Hill is very famous for his legendary book called Think and Grow Rich. And you all know that. And these two books are here. the advertisement, maybe the promotion, anyway. So, but this book is here, Success Through Positive Mental Attitude. As I said earlier, that I read first few pages whenever I buy a book, and this time I did the same, and it literally gripped me. This is a self-help book that I'm going to read, and it especially talks about the positive mental attitude that you need in order to succeed in life, in order to get the success in life. So if you are looking for a quick read, and by the way, this book is very special because at the end of the book, you get a lot of books recommendation, a lot of life-changing books recommendation. There are probably 50 books recommendation you get at the end of this book. So it's going to be a special read for me. And this book is always sold at rupees 99 on Flipkart. So you have to put your hand this book. Moving on to the next one. So next one is this, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, a counterintuitive approach to living a good life by Mark Manson. Mark Manson is my all-time favorite, and I have read this book once, and you can see that I have annotated this book like this, and this is my favorite, and I'm really happy that I'm going to read this book again this year. I'm really excited because this is the book which I want to read every day. It's not like I have read this book once and I'm not going to read it twice. I'm just going to read this book every day, so that the wonderful principles that have been written in this book, so that I can remind myself that they are very important, they are life-changing. So I'm going to read this book again this year, and as I said, I'm going to just flip through some pages every day from this book. So this is book number 4, and as I said, I'm not ranking them, okay? So yeah. So I'm going to show you this book, Karma by Sadhguru, and this book was published last year, 2021, and a lot of people, have bought this book and they have read, and they're literally successful people. You may have seen them on internet, and this book is pretty famous, and for that reason, I'm a huge fan of Sadhguru, by the way. I have read a couple of books written by Sadhguru and his lectures, and they really fascinated me, helped me a lot in order to understand the meaning of life. And sometimes we get confused in the world of lust, in the world of shortcut when it comes to finding peace in life. But Sadhguru actually explains in a very simple language all the complex things. That's the best thing about this man. And he seems to be very honest. When he's talking about a particular thing, he never gives you any kind of so-called feel-good answer. I have watched all his podcasts on different successful channels on YouTube, and never I found him talking about something that makes the audience feel good, that okay, I was looking for this answer, but sometimes your beliefs are shaken. So this is Sadhguru and Karma, a yogi's guide to crafting your destiny. I don't know what karma is, but I'm just going to read it. So I'm going to see my karma. I'm going to just I don't know, but I'll just put out a detailed review of this book later. But this year, I'm going to read this book, Karma. So moving on to the next book, and this time I'm not exaggerating. I'm simply telling you the book is my all-time favorite, and you understand why this book is my all-time favorite. Alchemist, The Alchemist, and I just read this book in 2022 last year, and 2021 last year. This is 2022. I'm always in present, and that's why I'm making mistake anyway. But I read this book last year, and I finished this book in single sitting. It took me probably 5 to 6 hours, and I spent 6 hours, continuously, and I read this book. I finished this book. Santiago has become my friend, and he really inspired me when I was reading this book. It was giving me some positive vibes and kind of things that sometimes we don't understand in life, and the philosophy, basically the genre is philosophy and fiction, so philosophy or fiction, and this book is my favorite because I found some amazing lines, and they are game changer for me, and they were game changer for me, and they are still there in my heart, and I'm just going to reread this book this year. And it is going to be a very special read. I'm serious this time. I'm not exaggerating. I'm simply going to read this book with same rapture, same fascination, same love, same dedication, same interest, same enthusiasm. So I'm so happy that this year I've got another opportunity. I'm alive. I don't know what will happen tomorrow, but that hope is making me very excited that I'm going to read this book. Alchemist, ladies and gentlemen, go and grab a copy if you haven't got any copy of this book. So next one is Ikigai. And do you like Ikigai? I haven't read this book yet, and I'm very excited that I'm going to give it a go, and I'm going to give it a try, and I'm just going to flick through the pages, read the book. Ikigai is very famous on internet for a reason maybe, and I saw a lot of people on internet, they say a lot of negative comments. They actually passed on a lot of negative comments, and I had kind of a mixed feelings when I was purchasing this book, but I purchased 2 copies, one for one of my students and one for myself, and this book is going to be, I think, exciting for me. I read 2 pages from this book. I found a bit interesting, so I'm just going to read Ikigai this year, 2022. Okay, so if you haven't subscribed to my channel and you are still watching my video, that's not fair. Click here, subscribe to my channel, like the video, and by the way, buy this book. And if you want to watch some book review videos, book unboxing, I have done a lot of book unboxing videos on my channel, so you can watch here in the I button, also in the description. The links are available. Go and check them out. Next book I'm going to show you is different but important. How to read a book, the classic guide to intelligent reading. How to read a book. Do you know how to read a book? You might say, I know how to read a book, and that's why I'm watching your video. It's a good thing. It's a good answer, by the way. This book is a guide, actually, I'm telling you. If you are reading a fiction book, how you should read a fiction book. Non-fiction, the same question, the same statement is applied. How you should read a non-fiction book. Geography, history, if you are reading poetry and all this, then you need to know how to read them. This is a perfect guide to intelligent reading, and it gives you a lot of tons of understanding and information about reading. And this is going to be my 2022 read, and it is kind of the language is bit difficult. It's not going to be easy for you to understand that. This book is going to give you some as you can hear some noise out there. This book is going to put some noise in your mind when you're going to read. You might give up on reading this book. You might give up in the middle of the book, but this is going to be a very an interesting read for you, and it is going to be my interesting read for you this year. And I'm very excited for this book, How to Read a Book, and I'll definitely put out a detailed review of this book, so stay tuned. And I just want to move on to the next book. Is this Man's Search for Meaning, and very cute book, isn't it? But it's a nice book, and I have a lot of things to say about this book because I have read this book once and I'm looking forward to reading this book twice. A person who was kept in a concentration camp for years, and then he got out of that concentration camp with the hope of seeing his wife, family, but they were dead, and he survived in concentration camp for 2 years. If you are suffering, if you are in a problem right now, if you do not have hope for a better life, if you are disappointed for whatever the things happen to you, then you should read this book, and you should understand that it is not about what happens to you, but how you respond to that situation. That is the main thing of this book. It's a very tiny book you can carry, in fact, in your pocket if you are a bulky man, not like me, like a lanky person. Anyway, but if you have you can simply carry everywhere. It's a very tiny, sweet, amazing book, and I have read this book. I know how it helped me, and I can't explain it in words. Your reading experience is yours. It's different from me. So if you haven't read this book, you have missed out on a lot of things. Go and read this book. And I want to discuss this book with my students, Parvati and Brishti. And if you haven't watched their videos, then you can click here. They are my students, and they also are interested in reading books. And they are really doing well in this particular, hobby or interest. So this book is going to be a detailed discussion book, probably this year or next year, but yeah, I'll just do it. So this book, guys, is going to be, again, I'm not exaggerating, but yeah, I have read this book a couple of times, and I'm going to again read this book. I'm not saying I'm going to read this book again, Eat That Frog. I'm going to say the right phrase should be, I'm going to read this book every day, so that I can understand that how it is important when you have a work, the most important work you have at hand, and you are procrastinating. You are saying, okay, I will do it tomorrow, I will do it next day, or this and that. This book literally tells you how you can have an impactful life once you start practicing the principles that are written in this book. Like, the most important task has to be done first thing in the morning without procrastination, and how you can do that, and the kind of motivation and the clarity that you get from this book is impeccable. Is like, I have no words when it comes to describing, like, Brian Tracy's Eat That Frog. It's one of my favorite books, and if anybody asks me to recommend them a book on time management, this is my first one. Like, I say, go and grab a copy of Eat That Frog if you are really sincere and really enthusiastic about and interested in managing your time. You have to grab a copy of this book, because it is going to change the kind of perception that you have when it comes to managing your time and everything. So Eat That Frog is going to be my daily reading in 2022. Think Like a Monk is the book that I'm going to read this year, and I bought this book during Big Billion. If you haven't watched that book review, then you can simply click here, click on the I button, and you will get the video of book unboxing of this book, Think Like a Monk. And I'm really, really excited for this book that I'm gonna read. And yeah, I can't tell you how excited I am, because I don't want to be a monk. I don't want to wear the saffron robe. I don't want to live in a monastery frankly, I don't want to do all kind of stuff. But I want to think like a monk. I just want to think like a monk. At least I can do that. Doing all my work and whatever the work I do every day, I just want to do them with a monk mindset. So that's my intention, and with that intention, I'm gonna read this book. Okay, so no words. I'll just put out a detailed video of this book, and yeah, like every book, gives me some kind of lesson that I want to stay with that lesson forever, and I want to get back to those books again and again, time and again, because that's important for a reader to find out top 30 books that you can go to when you really need to, and you can get the answer. So Jay Shetty's Think Like a Monk is going to be in the list of my books that I'm going to read 2022. I just wanted to go through a book which talks about the benefits that you can avail when you wake up at between 5 and 5:30. And this book is highly criticized, highly commented, highly appreciated book, and mixed reviews you get on the internet, and also on Amazon, Flipkart. You get a lot of mixed reviews of this book, 5M Club by Robin Sharma. I read The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, written by Robin Sharma. It really fascinated me. Like, I am into spirituality. I'm saying these with great love and respect, that a lot of books on spirituality are there, and that book, through a particular tale between two people, there was a conversation going on, and somebody who was a lawyer, prominent lawyer, suddenly became a monk. That fascinated me. Why should somebody become a monk leaving riches behind? That really fascinated me. When I went through the book, and I really found that book interesting. In 2018, I think I read that book, and after that I read Who Will Cry When You Die, and then The Leader Who Had No Title. So these three books I read by Robin Sharma, and this time I'm going to read 5M Club in 2022. I'm really excited. So the list that I have made, you can see these books, and they're going to be, what can I say, like very exciting. It's going to be an exciting job for me that I'm going to read all these books. So 5M Club, ladies and gentlemen, and yeah, I'm so excited. Let's see. The quality is amazing. Some books are out there, they deserve repetition, repeated readings. And I just want to get back to this book, Atomic Habits by James Clear. When I read this book in last year, it really helped me understand how our habits are formed, and how we can destroy the bad habits, and not destroy but replace the habits, replace a bad habit with a good habit. So this book has some practical applications, I would say, in this book, and this book is written in easy language, and I'm not exaggerating. I'm saying this book is really helpful for somebody who is trying hard to get rid of a bad habit and trying hard to develop a good habit. This book is for you. This book is a bit costly, but it will definitely give you a lot of practical steps that if you follow them, you will get incremental results. And it says that tiny changes, remarkable results. The subtitle, you say that. So it's a really amazing book. I highly recommend for those who are going to start this year, who want to start this year with a good book. There is no better book than this when it comes to habits. Of course, like Power of Habits by Charles Duhigg is another book. If you read both these books, I think that would be good. Like, you can understand both these books. The concept of both these books are same. the terms are different, but read this book. I haven't read Power of Habit, so I should not comment on that book, but I would recommend this book because I don't want to read. Yeah, if I get a chance, then I will probably read that book, Power of Habits. But this one really is a practical book, which some principles I applied and I got wonderful results. So, highly recommend it. Okay, so it's going to be a different book. It's a fiction novel, 1984, and I was gifted this book last year during Big Billion, Diwali, I think. So one of my students gifted me this book, and I felt really happy that I wanted to read this book. The quality of the book is amazing. But besides the quality, I would like to talk about its popularity. 1984 is very popular, in the world. If you search top 10 fiction novels, on internet, you will get its recommendation. It probably holds rank 1. So, you can understand how famous this book is. So, I'm going to read this book, 1984. I have no idea about this book, so I should not comment right now. But behind the book, it's not a blurb, but yeah, I can call it blurb. So let me read you. Power is in tearing human minds to pieces and putting them together again in new shapes of your own choosing. Yeah, so that's called Power. So it's it's going to be a fantastic read, because the kind of writing, it is called Orwellian writing, Orwellian literature, George Orwell. So Orwellian literature. So I've read Animal Farm and I know how he writes. So I'm really excited. So guys, these books 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. These 14 books I'm going to read this year, 2022. If you have any recommendation, you can recommend me in the comment below. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do that. And what's your book list? Please share with us so that we can get some recommendation. Like this video because that's important. Subscribe to my channel. That's important. And Happy New Year. Take care. And I'll get back to you with another video. Till then, bye.